here for Camp Kamassa, which is a camp facility for children and adults with special needs, seriously ill children, children with physical, mental, and emotional challenges, as well as maybe foster children, children with obesity problems, different things. But we're building a camp facility, and it started off with a whole 326 acres of brush and small pine trees and pulpwood roads. The military came in through a program through the Department of Defense called the IRT program, Innovative Readiness Training Program, and through that program we are getting squadrons of civil engineers that are coming in every 2 weeks, and they're working out here. We've had mainly Air Force, they took the lead and they're here the most. We've also had Marines, we've also had one guy from the Navy. We've had a little bit of help from the Army also, but they have come in and cleared the land, put in ditches to put down pipe. Then they started on the building, and it is amazing how much building they have gotten done. This time last year we had 2 pole barns, and we've got 8 buildings up now that are actually going to be cabins for our children. Each cabin is over 2,000 square feet. So there's plenty of room in every cabin for wheelchairs to manipulate around and to get around without being crowded. We're just unbelievably excited to have through the IRT program, have y'all coming down here. And while you're here, we're going to do everything we can to make you feel welcome, to understand something about Southern hospitality, to meet some of the children that will be using the camp. We want you to get to do that while you're here. And this hospitality of them bringing the lunch out here just goes on all the time. People will have you for supper. People will have you to bring stuff out here to eat. That's mainly what we do in the South, is eat. So, you know, the vision came from our involvement with Camp Rainbow, which is a camp for children with cancer. One of our children was a camper there, had such a great experience, loved being at camp. It was wonderful for him. But we started noticing over the years how many times that camp has had to move to a new location. They've been to 6 new locations since 1984. That's hard on parents and children going to a new place, and very hard on the medical staff that don't know if there'll be an infirmary. And by a place to go, I'm talking about church campgrounds, state parks, scout camps, different places they find to rent for the week in order to hold camp. It's not an easy task to find a place that you can hold camp. And when you're bringing in children who are perhaps in a wheelchair, perhaps have lost a leg, perhaps are blind, then you've got to have a camp that's built to meet their needs, and there's not one in our state. So what we're building is a fully accessible camp facility. It's going to cost at least $20 million. What the IRT program is bringing to us is between $5 and $6 million in free labor, and they rent the equipment we're using. They also bed themselves, they feed themselves. These things are not our expense, but all the materials that they use are things that we do pay for. And glad to do it, because they have come in here and taken these 326 acres that we purchased, and they are turning it into a A-plus #1 camp. We're not building something, you know, just to get by. We feel like these children that have special needs deserve, you know, the very best we can give them. So we're going to build the best camp in the whole country when we get through. People from all over are going to come, want to see our camp and to see our model, because the way we laid out this camp, I have never seen one anywhere else. And I have been to 13 other camps in other states, and they have great camps, but no one built it like we built. There are going to be camps being built and wanting to copy what we've done, I believe. We want it to be a little Walt Disney. We also want it to be rugged enough to feel like a camp. We don't want them to feel like they've gone to a resort. We want them to feel like they're camping. Eventually we want to have overnight out in the woods that they could do camp outs and everything. We've got a lot of future plans. We're getting the camp built first, and then we're going to expand all over this land. Right now, when we look around, you're going to see 8 cabins that are in different stages of development. Another building that's going up this summer, though, is this multi-purpose building. It will be huge. It'll have in it a rock climbing wall, a handicapped accessible rock climbing wall. He'll also have a room big enough to show movies, to have dances, and there'll also be a library. The infirmary will be attached to the cafeteria, and the infirmary is being designed by the doctors at Matson's Children's Hospital. But this is something for the whole state. It is for the whole state of Mississippi. It's not just for Central Mississippi. There are children all over the state that were going to be coming to this camp and loving being here. The most emotional I've ever felt out here was when that first cabin was going up. And I came out here one Sunday afternoon. Nobody was here but me. And I just stood there and imagined children running in and out. But before it was over, I was on my knees thanking God for making all of this happen, because I certainly feel like He has orchestrated all of it. But it's emotional. It really is. I'm so thankful.